Oh, they're definitely looking into it. Now, let's just kind of regroup because there is so much that we don't know. But let's assume that the murderer did not really plan it. He probably had a very rich fantasy life and had been thinking about doing terrible things like this to young girls for quite a while. But on that day, in broad daylight, in a public setting, this would have been an act of impulsivity, most likely. And afterwards, I've interviewed many killers who say in the days afterwards, they are full of panic. They're convinced everyone's going to know. They're expecting the police to come around the corner at any time and arrest them. But when that doesn't happen, they calm down and then they just play the routine role. Now, if he moved out of town, what would he tell his wife? If he quit his good job at CVS, how would that look to the neighbors, the people that he's dog sitting for? His best routine was to act like nothing was going on, keep the job, keep the house, keep the wife, don't do anything radical. And it worked for him for 5 years. So like everybody else, I'm really interested in knowing what exact evidence they have that led to this arrest, because he has been hiding in plain sight the entire time.
Exactly. The FBI, Casey, posted a flyer asking for the public's help, posted it in many locations, including the CVS store where Richard Allen worked day in and day out, saw it all the time. He is, of course, presumed innocent. But what are your thoughts on the fact that he stayed there in Delphi, as you mentioned?
Well, think about what would have happened if he went into the pharmacy to work and he saw the poster that the FBI had put up, I think, on the door. I think it was probably posted right over his shoulder in the pharmacy area. What would you think if your coworker is taking that down, especially given how the community has really, really rallied around this investigation? I mean, how would that look if you take the flyer down? If you say, hey, I want to transfer to a CVS in a whole different state. Mostly, the fact that we know he lives in that house with his wife, what do you tell your spouse about why you suddenly want to up and leave, why you're taking flyers down? That would be consciousness of guilt. So it had to be unnerving for him to have those flyers all around with a sketch that looks almost exactly like him. But all he had to do was play it cool, lay low, just go through his regular routine. Don't take flyers down. And again, he wasn't on anyone's radar that I know of other than the police.
Absolutely not. Very brave.